Hi, me again, recording from a nil setting, even a nil damn technology. But I'm just using my work laptop because I've been at my parents' for the past week. So I had my driving lesson in this area rather than the area I usually do. So we're just gonna jump straight into it. Yeah, I just thought I used to actually have my driving lessons from here. So I used to be used to driving around this area and everything, and I remember being sort of like starting my lessons, and always literally starting them in the dark because yeah, winter it's pitch dark by about maybe like 5 or 6 or something like that, and just going around the residential areas and getting comfortable. And then before I moved out, I was getting to the busy roads, and I remember feeling so anxious about being in those busy roads and stuff. Um, but today we drove around, we went to the old areas, went to some new areas, and I found myself not feeling as anxious being on these new roads. For me, it was like an adventure. It was like seeing your childhood streets in sort of like a new environment. Like I go there by bus or by bikes or by walking, but this time I was seeing it out of a car, and that was sort of strange to me, if I'm honest. So yeah, we just drove around there. We did some major roundabouts in which I actually realized I really hate downshifting. Like, you got to slow down the car to a certain mile per hour, and then you got to change to second gear or whatever you're downshifting to, but do not stop at the roundabout. And I actually messed up one tire. I stopped, and then these white vans were overtaking me, and I didn't look to my left mirror, so I didn't know. So my driving instructor had to drive, obviously, like the wheel. But I think over the lesson, as the lesson progressed, I did, sort of get my bearings and was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to stop, give myself self time to break, and then change the gears. And I think by the end, I was okay. Um, yeah, I think I was just very chilled this lesson. I was just like, oh, driving around this areas, going here, and the contrast is that I actually recognize these areas. The last area he took me last week, I was like, where the hell am I? He had to tell me. But yeah, I thought this lesson was okay, me personally. There was a lot of traffic. Like I think something happened on one of the A roads, and things were just a bit traffic. It was like very stop and starty. It's like, oh, you prepare the car and you move 1 inch, and it's like, oh, I'm just gonna rest my legs at this point because we're just moving at such a slow pace. But yeah, once we got out that traffic, it was smooth sailing. Um, it does seem that there was a difference in how me and my driving instructor took this lesson. Because for him, it wasn't as positive as the last lesson. I don't know how I feel about that word. Um, but the things that I thought I did better in this lesson as being thrown into a completely new area, I haven't been since like February, and just being very chilled about it, not really having many panic moments. But I guess maybe he meant that, like, with the traffic and everything, that wasn't as, positive and smooth sailing. But for me, I, thought I did quite well with what was going on. It was raining, there was traffic, and I just drove through all those busy roads, as best as I could. And obviously I have some small, sorry, I have some small panic moments, but that's just life. That's just life with anxiety. Sometimes it builds up, and it stops you, and it halts you, but you gotta just push past those wards, which I think I did quite successfully this lesson. I think I'm gonna concentrate on not being scared to go so fast, because I still have a lot of fear, well, not a lot, but some fear related to the accelerator. I don't like pressing it down. I don't like going fast. I feel like I'm going to go out of control. There's all these things, but each lesson I'm getting more comfortable, pressing on that and really going fast, like 30 miles per hour, doing that. So yeah, just really, really doing that. Yeah, and concentrate on that, and then also making sure I give enough time for myself to stop, like break, and then change to second gear, and then go around the roundabout if I need to, and just take my time. This is where mindfulness comes in, I guess. And also just not be, like, my brain obviously processes things slower than other people, because dyslexia. So like when my driving instructor says like left third exit, my brain is like, I need to count each exit, 1, 2, 3. But when you're driving, you just can't have that kind of slow processing, or you may actually cause an accident. So sort of forcing my brain to process things faster than it's used to. But I'm feeling really positive. I think, we're getting there. And considering the last time I was in these roads, I was anxious. I was in a completely different place than I am now. I am proud of myself, and I'm hoping the next lesson will be just as good. And I'm confident now that even if I don't have a great lesson, that's fine, because there's always another lesson and another lesson that I'll eventually have a good one. So yeah, I'm quite happy with my lesson today. And I'll see you tomorrow. And I hope that if you had any lessons this week, they were great, they were good. And if they weren't, I hope that you still feel like you can overcome that and have a really good lesson next week. And if you haven't had a lesson yet, I hope it goes well. So yeah, see you next week.